Hey guys, Plus Minus here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Note 7 after the recall. Um, right off the bat, the first thing you can notice on the always on display is the green battery indicator. That is very reminiscent of older versions of Android, um, most notably Ice Cream Sandwich, which dates back to I think 4.0, Android 4.0, and now we're on 7.0, so quite a couple years back. The reason they did the whole green battery indicator icon is because they wanted to differentiate the right Note 7s, the properly fixed ones, from the bad batch. So this is part of the new batch, and that's the only way to tell, pretty much, other than the update, which I'll get to in a little bit. The green battery indicator, I don't really like it because it kind of not that it kind of reminds me of older versions of Android, but because I mean, look at it. Like at a faraway glance, it looks like the battery is fully charged. It's kind of blended in, so you kind of can't tell what percentage your battery is at. So I might have to give in and add in my battery indicator percentage, which I hate doing, but I'm gonna have to do it because I really don't know how much battery I ever have left. So moving on from that, other key differences are, first of all, the display now has a new setting in which you can change the screen resolution. Prior to this, on the original Note 7, you could only do that via power saving mode, and that wasn't really, I guess, prominent because you always had to turn on power saving mode just to change the resolution. So now you can change it, back to HD if you want, and apply it. And as you can see, well, I don't know if it's that visible on the camera, but it does get a little hazy. Things get a little hazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and change it back. It's only meant for battery life. You won't really see a difference anywhere else. But the point is, you can now access it through the display settings. And previously, you would have to go down to power saving mode here, and it would be shown in the settings over here, and you would have to choose one and change the screen resolution. So that was a little more tedious, and now we're back to a more simple and easy access, which is what Samsung is usually best at. So glad they did that. Other key differences are the notification panel. Although I don't have any on right now, um, there is an option to reduce the amount of notifications you get in the display settings. All the way on the bottom, there's a status bar, and it'll show recent notifications only, and you can choose to show only the three most recent ones, or you could just have a whole cluster full of them like before. I don't have it on, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't. And it also has a more flatter design. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a life, so I'm not going to get many notifications this late at night. But if I did, then you would know what I'm talking about. And they're more flat and more, I guess, smoother edged square designs for the notifications. So they look a little nicer, in my opinion. But other than that, the phone itself seems to be running pretty smooth. Obviously, you can't tell this through a video, but there is no sign of overheating at all. Not even when I charge it. When I charge it, it's just, it charges fast still, and it charges efficiently, and it holds the charge as well. But what Samsung did with the new Note 7s is it actually made the battery charge up to 60%. And so, because of that 60% charge that Samsung has applied, that pretty much protects your battery from swelling up and the battery cells from being destroyed and causing the battery to overheat or possibly exploding. There are a couple other things they've tested, like maximum brightness situations and scenarios, as well as maximum gaming, multitasking, doing multiple things at once with the maximum brightness on. So they kind of, they did the whole haul over testing on this phone back at the Samsung labs, and I'd have to say they did a pretty good job at it. You can't really tell a difference through this video, but if you were actually using the phone and if you had the phone before, you would know that there's definitely a difference. It definitely got a nice update, which provides the battery from depleting quicker as well, in addition to the 60% maximum charge. But that doesn't mean that if your phone is at 0%, it will only charge up to 60. That just means that it won't overcharge and it won't charge as quickly. So it charges like 60% of its speed at a time, if that makes sense. But other than that, it's still the same phone. It still does the same things. It's still got that camera that you love so much. It's got the full beautiful 5.7-inch 2K display. It's got the waterproofing, the speaker on the bottom. It's got USB Type C. It's still beautifully designed. Everything else is still there, well packaged into a glass design unibody. So other than that, there's nothing left to say. Just go try it out in the store. I'm sure they have the new ones on display, and you'll see that it definitely doesn't overheat. And if you were afraid of getting a Note 7 before, don't be now. They've definitely gone ahead and fixed the problem. I've been using the phone for 3 days now, and I can honestly say that it's no different than any other Note when it comes to overheating. And it's a heck of a lot better in performance than any other Samsung device before it. Thank you for watching. This has been Plus Minus. We'll see you in the next one.